is News 3 Now at 10.
First, we're following breaking news. Dane County Sheriff David Mahoney tonight is announcing his retirement from law enforcement.
Sheriff Mahoney was first elected to the office back in 2006 and has been a law enforcement officer for 41 years, 40 of those with the Dane County Sheriff's Office. His retirement will be effective in May. Because the sheriff is retiring prior to the end of his 4-year term, Governor Evers will be responsible for appointing Mahoney's replacement. In a statement, the sheriff writes, quote, "I strive every day to make someone's life better and to earn the trust of the communities we serve. There have been days of extreme heartbreak and days filled with great rewards. I just hope I've made a difference."
Next at 10, the second phase of vaccinations is now underway in Wisconsin. The second group, called Phase 1B, includes first responders like firefighters and law enforcement personnel. DHS still hasn't said who else fits into the second group. A committee's recommendations include people over 70, prisoners and teachers, but those are still just recommendations. DHS hasn't given a timeline for when the rest of 1B will start or when they will announce who's in it. SSM Health is working with around 14 public safety agencies, including Dane County Emergency Management, the Dane County Sheriff's Office, and several local police and fire departments. That includes Sheriff Mahoney, who got his first dose of the vaccine today. He said 92% of the deputies are scheduling vaccines, which is important to be able to do their job.
Working and maintaining a Dane County jail, oftentimes we're seeing COVID present in some of our housing units, and our deputy sheriffs, without regard, are working day and night in those housing units. And it's important that they have the protection they need of this vaccine, not only for themselves, but for their families.
Officials are still finalizing who all will be included in the next round. Tonight, Madeline O'Neill tells us which essential workers are not included in current recommendations, but say for everyone's safety, they should be. Maddie?
Well, grocery stores say they expected their workers to come shortly after healthcare workers when it comes to getting a vaccine. But grocery store workers and other essential workers like public transit and manufacturers are not included in a state committee's recommendations, which grocers are pushing to change.
How's it going, sir?
I just don't think there's a public venue where more people meet than the grocery store.
Paper or plastic tonight?
To keep these pick and save lanes open, grocery store workers face the world every day.
All right, you saved $9.
Some even with a smile beneath their masks.
At 2 years, I'm the grizzled veteran.
Our people were called heroes for many months.
James Highland of Roundy's Supermarkets, the state's biggest grocer, says each week in Wisconsin, 1.2 million people enter their stores.
We've had hundreds of people who have opted out of their shifts because they don't want to be exposed to the virus.
Many grocers thought getting the vaccine in Tier 1B was practically in the bag until the State Disaster and Medical Advisory Committee did not include grocery workers in its recommendations put up for public comment.
This is not great for morale for our people.
They are shocked that since March, they have done everything they've been asked to do and more, from masks and gloves and sneeze guards and plexiglass.
Despite their best efforts, Wisconsin Grocers Association President Brandon Schultz says it's impossible to completely block against COVID-19.
And yes, people got sick. And yes, people were hospitalized.
Schultz and grocers have sent letters to the state asking them to include grocery workers in the upcoming Tier 1B.
Where's the coupon?
And not just for the workers themselves.
If you're a shopper, you really have to be concerned about this.
You know, we try to protect not only our people, but our customers as well. So the sooner we can get the vaccine, the less transmission of this virus will occur.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to see you guys. Have a good night.
Public comment for the state's subcommittee's recommendations is closed right now, but they do plan to meet tomorrow at 7 in the morning. And then the state's final decision is expected sometime soon.
All right, Maddie, thank you. So far, 239,000 vaccines have been administered in Wisconsin. It's about 64% of the vaccines that have been shipped across the state and only about 40% of Wisconsin's allocated doses. The U.S. has now surpassed 24 million coronavirus cases. That's according to Johns Hopkins University. The first coronavirus case in the U.S. was reported a year ago. It took the country 304 days to reach 12 million cases, only 59 days to add another 12 million. Johns Hopkins also reports more than 398,000 people in the U.S. have died from COVID-19 since the start of the pandemic.
In Wisconsin today, there were nearly 1,300 newly reported cases. That is well below the current 7-day average. 27 additional deaths were confirmed today, as well as 54 more hospitalizations. Wisconsin's DHS Secretary-designee Andrea Palm has been tapped by the Biden administration to serve as the second highest-ranking official in the Federal Department of Health and Human Services. Palm is expected to leave for Washington, D.C. this week. She also previously served in the Obama administration as senior counselor to the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Governor Evers says the state won't see a lag in its coronavirus response despite losing the secretary-designee. The governor was in northeastern Wisconsin today touring a new community COVID-19 vaccination clinic at UW Green Bay. He says Karen Timberlake will be appointed as interim secretary and will begin next Monday, January 25th.
Starting today, Hy-Vee stores across the country, including 3 in the Madison area, are now offering COVID-19 rapid antibody testing. This test determines if you've been previously infected with the virus. According to a release, results come in as little as 15 minutes and cost just $25. The American Red Cross says one of the treatments used in some of the sickest COVID-19 patients is in short supply. Convalescent plasma, that plasma taken from COVID-19 survivors and then used in current patients. The Red Cross says some fully recovered COVID patients can give plasma every 7 days as long as they still have the antibodies. If you don't have the antibodies anymore or never had the virus, you can still help. They say the need for blood and platelet donations is constant, especially during the pandemic.
Let's go to weather now. Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti has our first warn forecast. Gary?
Charlotte, was another cloudy day today across southern Wisconsin, but we started to see a little clearing right after sunset. The time lapse from the Edgewater Skycam shows the mostly cloudy skies. We had a couple of flurries at some point during the day, but for the most part, things have been pretty quiet this evening. As we look at Doppler track, you can see there's a band of some snow showers and flurries to our north and west. These could affect parts of southwestern Wisconsin by morning and probably affect areas south and west of Madison as we head through the day tomorrow. Otherwise, 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for flurries mainly south and west of Madison tomorrow. Not as cold on Wednesday, and it'll be breezy and turning colder late in the day on Thursday. And we're still looking for the possibility for accumulating snow on Sunday. I'll have more details on weather in a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. With 2 days to go until the presidential election, Capitol Hill is heavily guarded. According to the National Guard, more than 21,000 members are in the District of Columbia as of this morning. Their presence in Washington has been building since the assault on the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. Fencing is surrounding the Capitol grounds, along with National Guard troops standing by. The U.S. Capitol complex temporarily locked down this morning during a rehearsal for President-elect Biden's inauguration after a fire in a homeless encampment roughly a mile away from there. The fire sent a plume of smoke into the air and caused security concerns, but law enforcement officials said there was no threat to the public and the fire was quickly put out.
This year's inauguration will look a little different with the National Mall completely blocked off to the public, so the Presidential Inaugural Committee is trying something new. It spent the weekend installing 200,000 American flags and state and territory flags in the shape of the United States in a way to represent those who would normally be in attendance. Country music star Garth Brooks, the latest artist to announce he'll be performing at President-elect Biden's inauguration at the Capitol. He says it's not about politics. It's about unity, love, and a shared humanity. Brooks says the incoming First Lady personally invited him. Lady Gaga, Jennifer Lopez, the Foo Fighters, Bruce Springsteen, John Legend, Justin Timberlake, and others are also performing that night. This evening, First Lady Melania Trump hosted a farewell message.
The past 4 years have been unforgettable. As Donald and I conclude our time in the White House, I think of all of the people I have taken home in my heart and their incredible stories of love, patriotism, and determination.
She mentioned the community coming together during the pandemic and honored soldiers and law enforcement. She also said, quote, "Violence is never the answer and will never be justified."
Ceremonies around the country today recognizing Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. In Washington, D.C., it is the annual tradition of placing a wreath on his memorial, commemorating the work and legacy of the civil rights icon. However, like too many things over the last year, today's event was held virtually without any audience in attendance. And at the Reverend's tomb in Georgia, a similar event. The annual MLK Day commemorative service took place at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta, also also largely virtual. The keynote speaker for today's event was Bishop T.D. Jakes, who spoke on this year's theme, urgency of creating a beloved community.
And still to come at 10, a man is arrested accused of living inside Chicago's O'Hare Airport for several months. Plus, the Packers heading back to the NFC Championship game. The city of Green Bay is getting ready. That's next.
You know, if he keeps talking to you like that, you should just dump him.
Still hard to find a spot, just easier to park. Still the big move, just more moving. Still singing, just more in tune. Still the gang's all here, just less are we there yet. The Chevy family of SUVs, making life's journey just better.
Get over $3,700 cash allowance on most 2021 Equinox models. Plus, current Chevy owners with an eligible GM credit card get an additional $1,750 total allowance. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Menards has the products you need to help keep your home safe. From smoke and carbon monoxide alarms to fire extinguishers and more, Kidde Home Safety products keep your family protected in case of emergencies. This battery-operated combination smoke and carbon monoxide alarm features a voice alert that identifies the hazard. It's just $19.99. Save on Kidde Home Safety products and everything else. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
With iCare, you can receive up to $1,200 in over-the-counter benefits to buy brand name and generic products. Shop in-store or get the items delivered free from our catalog. Rest easy. iCare is looking out for your health needs.
How we doing?
Fabulous.
I wonder how the firm's doing without its fearless leader. You sure you want to leave that all behind?
Yeah. Stay restless with the icon that does the same. The RX, crafted by Lexus.
Lease the 2021 RX 350 all-wheel drive for $429 a month for 36 months.
Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Hey, Tom.
Sheila. Hey, don't take losing the Anderson business personally.
I resigned it, Tom. I guess they didn't tell you about their opossum problem.
I thought it was pronounced possum.
We're not going to get back to normal in the immediate future. I think this is one of those things that's kind of fun to think about.
Coronavirus altered our reality with a new normal of staying home, wearing masks, and socially distancing. But as the vaccine rolls out in Wisconsin, when could life start to return to what it once was? Tuesday at 10. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. A local pet rescue is sending out a warning tonight about a scammer. Underdog Pet Rescue says they were notified over the weekend of somebody online posing as an employee of the rescue. The rescue's executive director says that person is posing in a rehoming group on Facebook and taking people's money without a pet adoption application and without ever giving them a dog. The rescue knows of at least 10 people who have been scammed.
And sometimes people are looking to find a pet in these rehoming groups, trying to do a good thing or save a buck by taking in an animal that somebody can no longer keep for a cheaper adoption rate. But often it can result in unknown information at best and a scam like this at worst where you're out money.
Underdog Pet Rescue says to visit its website to legitimately adopt from them and do research before agreeing to adopt a pet online.
The Packers are hosting the NFC Championship game. It'll be played Sunday in Green Bay. And for businesses around Lambeau Field, it is welcome news. Charlie Rubeski reports.
While the Packers saw more fans in the stands.
I mean, I was pleasantly surprised yesterday. We were definitely kept busy, which we like. And we definitely want to see business come back all around because it's kind of just been really slow less engaging.
Some hotels and restaurants also saw a boost in business. Aloft Green Bay says in a normal year, the hotel typically sells out for every home game. That didn't happen this year.
We took a pretty big hit right when everything started. Things got a little bit better during the summer, I'd say, but that wasn't anything due to Packers, but it was like just teams and weddings that kind of were keeping us afloat, and now we definitely saw a spike in our occupancy last night.
Lamorandier says Aloft is already over halfway full for next weekend. Hinterland Brewery says it was the best game day they've had this year.
Unfortunately, last year with the pandemic, without fans, it was kind of one of our quieter days, the Sunday of the game day at that point. But yesterday was back to a very busy day.
Chapinski says game day revenue is significant for the restaurant.
In fact, it's usually a whole weekend when there's 80,000 fans in town, where we have a Friday night strong, all-day Saturday strong, and all-day Sunday strong.
While 2020 was tough on the tourism industry in Green Bay, restaurants like Hinterland are happy to see the NFC Championship here at home.
I think obviously it'll be a good boon for business to be strong for another weekend into January, which traditionally starts kind of being a time when business slows down a little bit. So this will help offset a little bit of the losses we've had over the whole year last year. The NFC Championship game at Lambeau Field, that doesn't get much better than that.
No, it doesn't. Charlie Rubeski reporting. We'll have more on this weekend's game coming up a little later in sports.
A 36-year-old man has been arrested inside Chicago's O'Hare Airport after living there for 3 months. Aditya Singh arrived from Los Angeles in mid-October and told authorities he is too afraid to fly back to L.A. because of COVID-19. So he decided to just stay at the airport inside the security zone until he was caught Saturday. Apparently, 2 United Airlines employees confronted him and asked to see his work ID, which had been reported stolen by an airport operations manager. Now he is facing multiple charges. And looking ahead, the Lake Geneva Ice Castles will be officially opening for the season this Friday. The experience will feature ice-carved tunnels, fountains, slides, frozen thrones, and towers of ice embedded with color-changing LED lights. There will be some changes compared to previous years, as the attraction will follow COVID-19 safety precautions, including mandatory masks, limited capacity, and one-way markings on tunnels and crawl spaces. We have ticket information on channel3000.com.
And from his frozen throne in the News 3 Weather Center, Gary Canalta, your first warn forecast. Hey, Gary, going to be a little chilly this week.
It actually is a little chilly out there right now. Skies are clearing out a bit, at least for a time being, and allowing temperatures to drop into the teens. But as we take a look at Madison snow totals, so far this winter, we've picked up just shy of 20 inches of snow. That's a little over 5 inches down compared to normal. Normal for this time of year is a little over 25 inches, and last year at this time we had a little over 30 inches, so we're about 10 inches behind where we were at this time last year. On Doppler track, there are some snow showers and flurries to our north and west. Nothing that should accumulate, but it will bring some flurries for areas south and west of Madison by tomorrow morning into the day tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Now, we're watching a storm system as we head toward the end of the weekend, from Saturday night into Sunday and possibly into Monday. The European computer model on Future Track shows a couple of inches of snow over southern Wisconsin with heavier amounts to our south and west, but it does show a second system that could bring additional snow accumulations in the Wednesday and Thursday time frame. The U.S. GFS computer model showing about a 4 to 6 inch, maybe a little bit more total across southern Wisconsin. Now, yesterday it had heavy totals up to the north and much lighter amounts here, so it's kind of come south with the snow and weakened the storm just a little bit, but I think that we're looking at a pretty good shot of at least a couple of inches of snow over the weekend and the potential for a bigger storm system if we're right in the path. But right now, widespread snow cover is found across our part of the Midwest, not particularly deep except up near Lake Superior and far northern Minnesota. Heaviest snow over southern Wisconsin is actually over the southwestern portion of the state down toward the Illinois state line. Low temperatures this morning, mainly in the teens and lower 20s thanks to cloud cover here. To the north and west, skies cleared out and temperatures were in the single digits above zero. High temperatures today, mainly in the 20s, 28 for the high in Madison, but right now those temperatures have dropped dropped off into the upper teens. Upper level winds right now from the northwest. That's bringing down colder Canadian air, but not a big blast. It's kind of a northwesterly wind flow rather than a true northerly flow right off of the northern portion of Canada. The subtropical jet stream staying to our south, keeping the main storm track away from us, but there are signs that by the end of the weekend, those two could combine and develop a more potent storm system in our part of the Midwest. Right now, this little weather system has those snow flurries and snow showers associated with it. For the most part, it's just helping to reinforce the cold air with temperatures in the teens to around 20. Madison was in the upper teens the last couple of hours. A few clouds have moved in. We're back to around 20. On future track, the clouds, a few flurries south and west of Madison for tomorrow and tomorrow night, and then we start clearing out a bit on Tuesday night into early on Wednesday. High of 22 for tomorrow with variably cloudy skies. Again, some snow flurry chances mainly southwest of Madison. Up to 31 as it becomes windy on Wednesday with partly sunny skies. Thursday, a high of 33, and then falling temperatures late in the afternoon. Friday and Saturday will be cold, and we turn our attention to that storm system from Saturday night into Sunday, probably snow winding down on Monday morning, and then a second storm system perhaps in the late Wednesday, early Thursday time frame. Also bears some watching for accumulating snow as well.
All right, Gary, thank you very much. And just heading sports, the Packers happy to welcome Tampa to town this week with their eyes set on following the Bucs back to Florida for Super Bowl 55. Story coming up.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
When you pay extra for a turbocharged engine, you might feel the need to show it off. But if it comes standard, you might not.
Quick call or come by your Volkswagen dealer today and lease the sporty, driver-inspired 2021 Jetta S for just $199 a month.
Get more for your kitchen now at the Brothers Maine Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale. We want you to absolutely love your new kitchen, so you'll get big, big savings on the latest incredible products from GE and our risk-free 30-day price satisfaction guarantee. We want you to be 100% satisfied every time. That's why we're the More Store. The Big Kitchen Upgrade Sale with more selection, more savings, and more kitchen. Now at the Brothers Maine, your local store for more since 1938.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Did you know that 178 million Americans are missing at least one tooth?
It's true. That's why at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we only focus on tooth replacement solutions.
Whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can create a new smile just for you.
At a price that's affordable.
Because at Affordable Dentures and Implants, we want you to go ahead and smile.
Lower than low prices? Then get more ways to save at Pick 'n Save, where you can find personalized coupons, weekly deals, and rewards like fuel points. All for prices that are lower than low. On food that's fresher than fresh. Pick 'n Save. Fresh for everyone.
At American Family Insurance, we've always protected more than what you drive. We've protected and supported the dreams that drive you. Right now, that means extending our 10% savings on auto premium for all current and new auto customers through March, so you can get a little closer to your dream. Whether your dream is discovering new roads and new limits, or supporting that dream. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Your family has a wide range of personalities, and so does ours. Meet the Volkswagen family of SUVs. Click, call, or come by your Volkswagen dealer today and lease the spacious and refined 2021 Atlas SE Tech 4 Motion for just $439 a month.
You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Welcome back. It is one win over Tampa, and you're going to Tampa if you're the Green Bay Packers. Super Bowl 55 is set for February 7th at Raymond James Stadium. You can watch that game here on CBS. But first things first, the Packers have to get by none other than Tom Brady, history's quarterback, against history's team at Lambeau Field on Sunday. Green Bay will be hosting its first NFC Championship game as a host in 13 years. That time they lost to the Giants 23-20, who then went on to beat Tom Brady and the Patriots in Super Bowl 42. Now, for the lucky few, tickets for the NFC Championship game will go on sale in a couple days. This weekend, the Packers announced season ticket holders who opted in to buy tickets this summer will receive on-sale information tomorrow via email. So check those inboxes. Tickets will be on sale through Ticketmaster only on Wednesday. About 6,500 tickets to those folks will be available.
And this weekend, News 3 Now will be airing a 30-minute special on what has been a season to remember for the Packers so far. It will air Saturday at 6:30, and we'll take a closer look at the fan experience this year, as well as a film breakdown of their next opponent, the Buccaneers, in the NFC Championship game on Sunday. Well, after the Buccaneers beat the New Orleans Saints last night, the two legendary quarterbacks shared a friendly moment after the game. In footage of the post-game interaction, which quickly went viral on Twitter, Tom Brady walks onto the field as Drew Brees and his family are playing around near the end zone. The two share a hug as Brady congratulates Brees on a great season and says goodbye on what may have been Brees' final game in the NFL. And to top it all off, Brady then throws a playful pass to one of Brees' kids in the end zone for a touchdown.
It was quite a moment. James Harden, Kevin Durant, and the Nets welcoming the Milwaukee Bucks to Brooklyn tonight. Harden just joining that team last week. 5 minutes left. Bucks down 3 until Brook Lopez hits the 3 to tie it up at 110. Inside the final minute, Harden, following his own miss, kicks to KD. Open look. Durant had 30, none bigger than that one to give the Nets the lead, but Milwaukee did get this last look. Chris Middleton in the corner with a hand in his face goes back iron, and the Bucks fall 125 to 123. The Wisconsin Badger men's basketball team slipped a spot in the latest AP rankings, but are still considered one of the 10 best in the country. They fell from 9th to 10th in the AP Top 25 after a week that saw them lose big at Michigan before rallying for a win at Rutgers on Friday night. The Badgers 11-3 overall, 5-2 in the Big Ten. They're a game behind Michigan and Iowa for the top spot in the conference. Wisconsin's next game will be at the Kohl Center against Northwestern. That is on Wednesday night.
72 tennis players are now in quarantine ahead of the Australian Open after a positive COVID test on board 3 flights. 9 people linked to the tournament have tested positive for COVID-19, and that does include one unnamed player who is currently in quarantine. Despite all this, the tournament will go ahead as planned. We'll be right back.
Dear Winter, I'm coming. My squad of 15 vehicles with all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive is ready to take you on. Safety's the name of my game, so you better bundle up. Toyota.
Get 0.9% APR for 60 months on a new 2021 RAV4 or lease a new 2021 Highlander Hybrid for $319 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Imagine facing Wisconsin's bitter cold winter without a warm home, or the blistering heat of summer without power, then having to make the tough choice between eating or meeting other basic survival needs. Unfortunately, over 200,000 of our neighbors in need will face this difficult decision with no place else to turn, including those who are now unemployed due to the COVID-19 crisis. Keep a neighbor in crisis safely in their home during these difficult times by supporting and donating to the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund today.
It's a fact. We use our internet and TV more than ever, with most of us spending nearly 7 hours a day online. So it's no wonder thousands of families are switching to Spectrum, because most families have up to 8 connected devices, which means they need even more speed. Switch to Spectrum Internet and get the fastest starting speeds for the price, 200 megabits for just $44.99 a month, with a free modem and free security suite included. Call 833-546-4499. When it comes to TV, we're watching more than ever. In fact, 80% of us watch TV every day. Spectrum TV lets you catch all your favorite sports, news, and more live. Plus, download the free Spectrum TV app and watch on your devices. Switch to Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-546-4499. The fact is, Spectrum has the best services at the best price. Switch to Spectrum Internet and TV from $44.99 a month each with no contracts. We'll even buy out your current contract. Call 833-546-4499.
This does not look like a discount sofa.
It's not. Everything I sell is quality furniture, and I give you a discount. Bob's discount.
Interesting. I'll remember this for as long as I live.
Bob, you look so young.
Do you remember?
It's not discount furniture. It's quality furniture at a discount.
Bob's discount.
Get Bob's discount!
Only at Bob's Discount Furniture.
In the truck game, greatness is defined by a relentless commitment to the customer, forged over decades, built by a team resolute in helping you achieve your greatness. Experience this award-winning lineup today. Ford F-Series, America's best-selling truck for 44 years straight and counting.
Hurry to get $7,250 in total savings on a built Ford Tough F-150 XLT at your Wisconsin Ford dealer. Join us on News 3 Now this morning. You're watching News 3 Now at 10.
Finally tonight, check this out. That tiny dot in the middle of your screen, well, that's a person riding a 50-foot wave in Piahi on Maui's North Shore. This is one of the best big wave surfing spots in the entire world, nicknamed Jaws, and for good reason. From November to March, monstrous swells can reach up to 70 feet, pushing speeds of 30 miles per hour. It is where the top echelon of professional riders and extreme enthusiasts line up for their most epic surf sessions.
Something Canalti conquered on his holiday vacation a couple years ago.
We're going hopefully in late October, but you will not see me out on a surfboard, that's for sure. If there's going to be any slipping and sliding, it'll be with snow flurries and snow showers coming in from the northwest. I don't think it'll be a big deal. Probably just some flurries south and west of Madison tomorrow. Temperatures right now right around 20 degrees, a few places in the upper teens. Wind chills are, for the most part, in the teens. Not very cold out there tonight.
Those waves look good, though, Gary. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 10.
Do something good, be well, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.